Welcome back to another episode of Swine TV. We've got a great guest today, Gisele, Technical Marketing Manager for North America from Lanxess. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for having me today.
A very important topic we want to review, how to select a disinfectant. Before we get into that, can you give our audience a background of yourself, your role with Lanxess? I know you've taken on Jeff's former role, so he's kind of passed on the torch. So tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah. Well, Jim, so I'm Gisele Ravagnani. I'm the technical manager for North America, so United States and Canada. Well, I've been working at Lanxess for 3 years, but I started in Brazil. So I'm Brazilian, and about 4 months ago, I moved to the USA. But before working here in the North region, I used to work also as a technical manager for our biosecurity solutions, so animal health solutions, cleaning, disinfection business in all Latin region, South Latin region. And now I assume after Jeff's retirement, I assume the technical marketing role. And I'm a vet, I'm a veterinarian, and I have basically a swine background. So I do have master and PhD degree in swine production and in reproduction. So I shouldn't say that, but swine is my favorite species. So.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I think everybody watching this would say the same thing.
Yeah.
And how has it been in North America so far, Gisele?
Good. All this adaptation period, a little bit, there's a lot of things that are different here, but fortunately, my husband and I, we are having a great time and knowing people that are really helping us. So yeah, we are really excited for being here in the US now.
And one of the things that keeps coming up again is how to select a disinfectant. So you've got some great information to share about that. And I think you've been hearing that in the field from people. So what do we need to know? What are the 4 keys?
Yeah, well, it's a interesting topic because maybe, sometimes people will think that disinfectants are all the same, but they are not. So that's why I think we should start our conversation at this point. So I just prepare some slides that I would like to share, and just let me know if you can see the presentation screen. So just
the disinfectants, which one?
Yeah, so the first of all, just let me, how should we select the disinfectant? Because we have different options that we find at the market. So I would like just to call attention to 4 basic things that we should know before buying or choosing a disinfectant. So the first one is here at this slide is like a summary, but first of all, what is my challenge, or what is the challenge that I'm facing at the farm? It's a virus, a bacteria, or it's an outbreak. So it's important to know before we select or buy a disinfectant. For which application is the second point. For example, it's for surface disinfection, for both dips, for vehicles. It's during winter. What kind of surface we are going to apply, for example. And the other point is this product safe? I mean, it's a chemical product, so we always should use the equipment of personal protection. But anyway, is this product safe for myself, who it's going to apply, for animals that are going to be at their facility after we apply the disinfection step? Is it safe for the environment, for example? And the cost in use, or the return on investment also, because we know that the cheapest product maybe it's not always the best one. So we should pay attention at the dilution rates of these products, because it's a disinfectant. We are going to work with so a dilution rate. So these are the main topics that I'm going to talk about during this presentation. So here mainly I started the first point is what is my challenge, or what is the problem, the challenge that I'm facing at the farm. So here at this table, you can see just some different chemistries that we do have disinfectants available in the market. So we have the acids, alcohols, alkali, the quaternary ammonium compounds, the phenolic compounds, the peroxygen. What does it mean? You see the variety of products that we do have. So which one should I choose? Here we can observe the efficacy regarding the pathogen. So we have some chemistry that are more powerful against virus, others against bacteria, gram-negative bacteria. But other important thing to pay attention is under field conditions, we not only have the pathogen itself, we will have temperature, hard water, organic matter. So besides just look at the active ingredient, the biocide, we should evaluate, observe all the formulation. So is this product has chelant, for example, so I can prepare the solution even in the presence of hard water. It has a surfactant that will improve the contact time, because we know when we apply a disinfectant after the surface is dry, the disinfectant is not acting anymore. So it's not just the active, of course, it's really important, but also observe, take a look at the formulation of the product also. So here's the first point, the efficacy. I have a challenge. Is the product that I'm using or that I'm want to buy, that I'm choosing, has any efficacy test for this pathogen? For example, here is just a screenshot for one part of our EPA label from Verconest. It's one of our products here in the US, in Canada also, in not just here in the North America, but Verconest, it's present in different regions of the world. But it's just one screenshot of some pathogens that Verconest can kill. So it's important, because sometimes I have a challenge that I'm using a product that it won't kill the pathogen because it's not approved or it hasn't been tested. So this is one of the 4 basic points to know before. And here also more information, just not regarding the efficacy tests, but also the dilution, because in our case, the Verconest, we not only try or do field trials or lab trials for Virkon, only for one dilution, but also for economical dilutions. So the customer can use economical dilutions, and the customer will achieve really good results. So see, for example, for African swine fever, we have different dilution rates, even in different temperature conditions, always tested in hard water with organic challenge, and see the contact time. So for example, if I have an outbreak, I can use the highest dosation and the contact time would be shorter. So we know Vircones can kill the African swine fever virus in only 15 seconds. If I use a more diluted concentration, for example, 1 to 1000, it will need a little bit more contact time, but we do have other economical concentrations with low contact time, even in field conditions, say low temperature, hard water, and organic challenge. So here's just some examples. PED 1 to 600, 10 minutes contact time. PERS, the same, 1 600, 10 minutes contact time. So the product that I'm choosing or that I want to buy has the efficacy for this pathogen. Just so if you know the product that you are going to buy or that you are using has this efficacy, good. The first box is checked. So the second point is about the application. What needs disinfectant, or what I'm supposed to disinfect? I want to apply this product for vehicle disinfection, for cool cell pads, for boot tips. For example, for boot tip disinfection, it's really interesting to use a product that requires short contact time. Why? We know that anyone stands 10 minutes at the boot tips, so people just walk through, and using a product that requires short contact time, it's really important because you will achieve the disinfection, or you will reduce the pathogen load at that kind of surface, or that surface that it's entering at the farm or at the barn, at the house, for example. Is this product can be used for disinfect drinkers, feeders, water line. Water line, it's really important. You should never forget disinfect water line, because we have biofilms also inside these water lines. Can I use for general surface? The barns, food processing plants also. So what kind of disinfection or application do we need to apply? And also the environmental conditions. I said that I said about temperature, and why this is important, because imagine when we have like a day with a high temperature, we know that the surface will dry really fast. So after we apply the product, the disinfectant, and the surface is dry, we won't have the disinfectant action anymore. So we need a product that has a short contact time. So it's the second point here, and the concentration, because the concentration, you can use a versatile concentration and also economical concentration. So it's really important also pay attention at this topic. So after paying attention at the application, what needs disinfection, is this product has any material compatibility regarding where I want to disinfect, or the surface that I want to disinfect. It's also a good question, or a good point to think before buying or choosing a product. And so after that, we have the second box checked. So we saw the efficacy, the application, and the third box that we should check and think before, pay attention before choosing a disinfectant. It's about safety. So is this product safe for animals? Of course, we are going to apply on a surface and on an empty house or an empty vehicle, truck. But anyway, the animals will get into that farm, that house, or that vehicle again. So does this product has any strong smell? Odor, for example, it gets sticky. So you should observe if it's safe for animals. Of course, for people, I mentioned the personal equipment that we should use for any kind of chemical product. So not only disinfectant, but also cleaners, and the environment. Is this product safe for the environment also? So what kind of information the safety data sheet provides for me? So pay attention also. And the last box that we should check, it's about the cost and use. So the price or the dilution rate, it will, define the cost and use. For example, how many gallons of used solution will the container make? Because, for example, sometimes we observe the price of the pail or the gallon of that product, and we compare to other kind of product, like gallon to gallon, and we see a difference of price. So, okay, maybe the cheaper, I'll get the cheaper one. So how many gallons of solution? Oh, how it's the coverage of square feet that this product will provide for me. So that's why we should observe the dilution rate. It's not just the price, but the dilution rate also, the number or the amount of diluted gallons in the price of gallon in use. And of course, the area, because it's not just the dilution rate, but also the amount of solution or the amount of water that we need to cover a square feet also. So it changes a little bit. Can be a little bit different from one company to another. So that's another point. So that we should pay attention. And after that, we have the last box, check it. So these are some basic points and some to evaluate before choosing a disinfectant, because you shouldn't just choose by the box. I prefer this pay or this gallon, or it's cheaper, or so pay attention what kind of situation do you have, the challenge. So make this for questions before. So the efficacy, does it work? The application, it's suitable for the application that I need to. The safety, it will hurt anybody or anything, the animals. So, and the cost and use, can I afford it? The coverage of square feet. So these are the tips or the information that I would like to share with you today. And thank you also for being here with us today. And thank you, Jim, for having us.
This is great information, Gisele. So I think what I'm hearing is there's a complete team approach to biosecurity, and you and your team are there for every step of the process. You've got the research, you've got a guide to help people make the right decisions. Now, is it better to be proactive versus reactive, or does it depend on the circumstance when you're looking at disinfectants?
What do you exactly mean being proactive or reactive? We should always work, because when we think about biosecurity, we should always work with prevention. We shouldn't, oh my God, I had an outbreak, should run and buy any product that I have, you know, but so we should always work with prevention. So not only for biosecurity, but also if we think about vaccines, any kind of treatment, so water quality, feed quality, so always work with prevention. So I think it's the most important thing.
Okay, and I had the privilege of meeting you at the World Pork Expo. When I walked into the show, I walked through your foot wash entry,
Yeah.
which was a great idea. How was the show for you, Gisele?
You know, Jim, it was my first World Pork Expo, and I was impressed about the size of the World Pork Expo, how many people attend to the World Pork Expo, how many companies and different companies. And one interesting thing also, I saw a lot of families and the farmers were there. So you see here that everyone attends to, and they want to be updated to any technology news that we have at for the swine business, and also the booths that we have, the mats that we had there. It was really interesting also because you think all these people, they are coming and going for to their farms, and we have people from different, also not just here from the US, but I met customers that it's our customers from Mexico, from Peru, so China also. So you see, it's one biosecurity measure. So we shouldn't not just apply this kind of biosecurity measure under farm level, but also in this kind of situation. So it's really, really good to see in this kind of attention also.
Well, thanks for joining us today, Gisele.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim, for having us.